An outline form on paper of the things that you have done. Your work experience, your internships, your athletic experiences, clubs, organizations you've been involved in, get it on paper. Outline your skills and abilities. Outline your work experience. Don't forget your extracurricular activities. These are the things that you all do here on campus. We all know that, especially with athletes, you're all not able to work as much as everybody else. And stay compliant, correct? We're talking about compliance, and this compliance just walked in, so I was going to make sure that you can only work so many hours, earn so much money a year, or whatever. So we know that you're looking at it and saying, man, I'm competing against all these other people that have had 4 internships, or they've worked in co-op jobs throughout school, and all I've done is play baseball, or I've played volleyball, or whatever. How do I do it? So you want to get a good, concise image of what you've done, the extracurricular activities. Have one paragraph of information on all the things that you've done. Okay? One paragraph. Concrete, quantifiable data. Awards, targets, quotas, things that you've done. Okay? Quantifiable. You can show them numbers on this stuff. Okay? Success stories, way that you held roles, or if you were a team captain, and what your roles were as team captain, or if you were in a fraternity or sorority, if you held a role there and you increased your recruitment by a certain percent, or all those things are things that are quantifiable information. List of skills and abilities. What do you do good? What are you good at? Leadership ability. Okay? Communication skills. Those things. Ways in which each item will illustrate one of your strengths and or weaknesses. There you got to be able to talk about that when you get into an interview setting. Highlight the key attributes of being a student athlete. Think about the things that you all had to overcome. I call them transferable skills. Things that transfer from the classroom or the field of play to business or to a professional environment. Mental toughness. How has that happened? Well, how many of you all have had an injury while you played? How many of you all had to play through an injury? Okay? How many of you all not been 100% and nobody knew it but you or the coach? It's tough. Okay, being able to get through that, being mentally tough. The hardest thing that I've ever had to do in college was my first day, and I told these guys, I went down south to play baseball, and the first day we went on campus, and I told these baseball players, I'll never forget, I walked in, the first practice, and the game was fast, man. The guys were throwing harder, the ball was hit harder, everybody was faster, and I was 17, and everybody else was 22, 23, and I went back and called my dad, and I said, Dad, I can't play down here. He said, well, you're down there, you better figure it out. So basically what he was talking about was just being mentally tough. You've got to overcome things that you all had to overcome. Those are the type of things that people want to hear about. Your self-confidence. I've never met an athlete who wasn't self-confident. Baseball players are the best about that stuff. So you're always hitting 300, right? Everybody's hitting 300, right? Overcome failure and disappointment. We've all been second string. Has everybody here started here before? All 4 years they've been here? Okay. You have? Well, good job. Why are you in here? I mean, crap. I mean, the Yankees need a third baseman, man. We've all had to overcome things. Okay. Highly motivated. We used to have to practice at 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay. There's days I didn't want to get up, but I got up, and I know you're all the same way. You got to be able to talk about those things. Put those things in after you get your resume together and you're interviewing. You're optimistic, positive, concentration. And think about this, all the things that you all have to do. You've got study table, or what we used to call study table. I don't know what you call it anymore. You've got class, you've got practice, you've got all the other things you have to do. Then you have to achieve a certain grade point average to be able to continue to play. And the grade point average that you all set for yourselves, I know, is a whole lot higher than what the university sets or the UCLA sets. So, you have to have good time management skills. So those are things in your skill sets that you can talk about. These are skills that you all have had. And you can talk about those when you get into an interview setting.